Back to Facebook again.
Well, yeah, we got to do one last checkup before we go on our flight.
LOL, totally sprouting wings and horrible eyes.
Yeah. Also, I got a special new costume for Ken. That I made for him.
Oh, I am right on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, we've also upgraded some stuff. You know, we're gonna bring the stone render sword up to level 2. It's gonna make it a little more powerful and unlock some new moves. And
Big sword.
all right, so you know, given the fact that you know Ken is Japanese American, and now I think he may have some trouble with establishing a national identity. It's difficult having, you know, parents of two different countries. So I created a costume for him that maybe will help him establish an identity better. So here you go. What do you think? I think it's a good compromise.
Very patriotic.
Doubly patriotic. And we're going to go with the Twin Falcon Knives emblem that we unlocked earlier.
Beautiful. Red, white, blue, and green.
Yes, truly the national colors of the USA, Japan, and Libya. So this is the shortest episode that I've recorded so far, but it is probably the most exhausting. It will feel the longest.
Lay it on me.
Oh, hey, another shmup level already. That was fast.
Ninja gunplay.
Well, I mean, it makes sense given that we are in an airplane at least. So it basically it doesn't really introduce that much new, at least at first. Basically, it's just a recap. I was mentioning before that there was an achievement that I thought I had gotten. I'm actually going to get it on this playthrough, and it's for completing this section with a particular vehicle that we're going to be protecting later having more than 30% of its health left. And that's in this mission. So there you go. You see that jumbo jet?
That's the goal here.
That is the aircraft. Yeah, that's the aircraft that we're going to be protecting later. Yep. Now I am showing off just how terrible the missiles are when you're completely surrounded. Oh, hey, look, another slime chopper from earlier.
Another slime chopper. Where do they get these things?
Yeah, the slime chopper is I assume that they're either from the Japanese military or they were like hijacked from Guide or something like that. I assume that the Alpha Worms have some sort of reconnaissance team that allow them to steal the best helicopters around. Plus, they've had 4 years to work out a revenge plan. These missiles are particularly annoying to hit, but thankfully they don't cause that much damage. Also, Ninja Vision is just great to use defensively when you're reloading because, again, your reload speed is the same when you're in Ninja Vision. So if you just temporarily use Ninja Vision while you're reloading, you know, it could buy you some time. Oh.
What is...
I said it's a new enemy type.
Ooh. Ooh.
This monstrosity is called the Fire Hydra.
Holy shit.
Even though it only has 3 heads. But, so yeah, we're gonna be fighting this in the air and taking it down with missiles. We've already destroyed all of its helmets. But don't worry, I have no idea why I kept switching between ammo types there, but I'm just gonna spend most of this critiquing my gameplay in the past.
I'm gonna give you a pass. You were in awe of the Fire Hydra.
I would accept that, except this was not my first playthrough. Now we're about to see why it's called the Fire Hydra. Oh,
Yep,
wait.
there's that fire.
Yep. And it also shoots fireballs. At some point, I think it will shoot... Yep, yeah, there it is. And you can shoot it out the sky. It's much easier with Ninja Vision. Oh, hey, you can actually see the cartridges on the side when you're in Ninja Vision. Something I didn't realize. This is another great area where you can use Ninja Vision to just rack up DPS. That health bar just plummeted.
Oh, yeah.
I see it. It's crawling with level 2 carriers.
It could be explosive. Proceed with caution.
From that angle, he looked like a Pepsi Cola billboard, I think. Oh, so we rode on a missile last time. Now we're gonna ride on top of our shuriken.
And flashbacks to Tailspin. We don't have it in a budget for a ninja. Just get some fly strips. It'll all be good.
This was a Beyblade that was too controversial. They had to pull it from all the store shelves. So there, that was another lightning charge attack that just completely disappeared. So remember those wasp and wasp things that explode? Now they're being used as suicide bombers on the plane. So if we have to sort of knock them off the plane. And if they explode, the jet loses health. And I'm doing a great job, as you can see, knocking them off. Yeah, the Falcon knives are not great. Are not great weapons to use on these guys.
Protect the left wing.
This is actually really subtle political commentary. Come on, Michael. I have to get health items too. I have to think about myself for once.
Yeah, they have a lot more flies than we have ninjas.
See, all the health items are in the center, which is a... I think it's supposed to say something about the healthcare system. So you're still supposed to prioritize the exploding wasps over the carriers. But just because they're the only ones who can really cause damage on the jet plane. Oh, hey, we got an extra emblem. Also, Michael's dialogue here doesn't really help because he only talks about the wasps in the pronouns. I mean, I guess you're supposed to you're supposed to get the implication that he's talking about, you know, the one enemy type that could actually explode.
That can actually damage the plane. That can actually take the plane down.
Yes. Oh, and here's the Shinobi Moji.
Shinobi Moji.
Yep, and I got the achievement for collecting more than half of all the Shinobi Moji in the game. See, there, I didn't even have to defeat the other enemies. I just had to focus on the exploding wasps. Okay, now he just looks like a popsicle.
Oh no.
You forgot your lunchbox.
Ready to get knocked off this plane.
What was that? Cat!
I smell a boss fight. Actually, not quite yet, because first there's a scripted set piece where the Hydra's going to put fire all over the plane and we have to extinguish it. Yeah, this part is pretty bad. Just because the hitboxes on the fire are not particularly generous. Also, I was not paying attention to the objectives and thought that the boss fight was coming up, and didn't realize I had to go over to the left wing of the aircraft.
Over the other side.
Also, I'm pretty sure those enemies just spawned in. And now there's just enemies instead of the fire. This game really can't keep track of its objectives very well. Yeah, the Oni Slayer Blade is probably the best weapon to deal with the wasps. The Stone Render is too clunky, and the Twin Falcon Knives are probably too fast and don't do enough damage. I was trying to be fancy and use the Lightning Shuriken, but it glitched out on me again.
It just decides it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, the regular lightning attack does that. It's only the charge attack that seems to glitch out. This is another great example of the regular lightning attack and its crowd control potential. Not so great for boss fights, but for normal fights, it's great. It's really good. Especially if an enemy is like trying to run right towards you. One enemy left. Oh, it's that wasp all the way over there.
From downtown.
Ken has a great career ahead of him as the coach of a kids softball league with those underhand pitches. I really should be using Cyclone here. Oh, yeah, there we go. I say that as I use Cyclone. It's almost as if I know what's in this recording.
Cheating!
How dare I do all of this post-commentary so that I have some sense of pacing and... Oh, God. One enemy left again. Yeah, it's only the major enemies that seem to count. What? Yeah, mental note. Why didn't I cut this out? I really should do that for future LPs. I guess I was more concerned about making sure things like deaths or bad takes were cut out.
Alright, the plane looks a little worse for wear.
Yeah, slightly.
Oh, no.
Alright, now we've got a rematch against the Fire Hydra. So, you probably didn't notice there, but for a couple of frames you could see the unrendered texture for the Fire Hydra's claws. For like a brief second there.
Oh, yeah. So,
the Fire Hydra is pretty straightforward. Basically, at whatever position Ken is at when he does that sort of head lurching motion backward, that is where he will attack. And it's pretty simple from there. Basically, you just have to learn how to dodge. And then learn how to go back in and attack once you've dodged. Really, the big challenge of this fight is learning how to simultaneously deal with the bats. If it was just the Fire Hydra on its own, this wouldn't be too difficult.
But they throw the annoyance in with you just the same.
Yeah.
It's nice to know they care.
Yeah. And of course, always susceptible to the Stone Render teasing. And a little bit to the lightning as well. And then, after a certain point, the Fire Hydra just decides to take a nap. Unfortunately, it still has to go through an extra attack, like all the other bosses, before it can settle down for the Totome. Also, if you're in the right spot, all of the health and experience after a Totome will just fly right to you, but it seems to be kind of random as to where you have to be in order to collect all of them. Still got to deal with the plane. So we got.
Hey guys, you're.
So we got.
This plane is not looking too good.
Well, I mean, not to worry. We're still flying half a ship. So we have to break the containers. Oh, we got a cloud outfit.
Oh.
That's gonna get a lot of use later on. So we're in this mission here. You see that we got a countdown with the altitude. This reminds me so much of another set piece from Leon's campaign in Resident Evil 6. This is just continuing the trend of this game establishing all of the set pieces and storyline events for every Capcom game in the 2010s.
Roll the stick to pull up.
Yeah.
Mash the X button to move the throttle.
Also, I have no idea why it was
I don't want to talk about how many times I plowed into China.
Oh. Do you want to rephrase that? Okay, so, here we go. This is, our QT here.
Well, he did have more than one head, didn't he?
He had 3. And it's supposed to have 9, I think. If my mythology is correct.
I'm pretty sure it is. So they got the cheap Hydra.
They got 1/3 of a Hydra. Oh, here we go. Another Slime Chopper. Slime Chopper A. Also, for some reason, when I moved over there, the game decided to put the Slime Chopper into its stun phase. I'd never seen that before. I don't know why.
What?
It happened. It's not supposed to happen that way. You're supposed to damage the chopper first, and then it goes into its stun phase. I was so confused. That had never happened before.
The game just gave up.
Yeah, this is now officially a GDQ Let's Play. Also, here we go. This is me showing off, or at least trying to show off, my ability to reflect the chain gun bullets. Not exactly Daigo, but, you know, I give it my best shot.
When it happens, it's kind of beautiful gameplay.
Thankfully, there's an upgrade later on that makes it much easier. It's still difficult, but it makes it a lot easier to do. Oh god, I never noticed that. Look, did you notice the minigun? The Slime Chopper's minigun actually, like, it moves and actually pulsates as it's charging up. Like watch out Slime Chopper B here, as it's about to fire up the bullets. That's something I never noticed before.
Oh, that's phallic.
Well, I just like that as a neat little detail.
It is a neat little detail, but I've seen enough anime to know where this is going.
I wish I haven't. Anyway, so yeah, this is another example of charging. Oh god, that did not work well.
You know, that hurt.
Yeah, this is again that's another instance of I was trying to replicate it, and it just again the chopper just gave up for no reason. Thankfully, there's only 2 Slime Choppers, and now we're going back to the Fire Hydra, and I am just going to a post-death example because yeah, it's having to do another boss fight immediately after those 2 Slime Choppers is cruel and unusual punishment. So now
Game's getting a little hardcore.
Oh yeah, now not only you have to deal with the Fire Hydra, which again it's a simple boss fight, but they throw extra gimmicks on top of it in order to make it harder. So now you have to deal with the wasps, in addition to the Fire Hydra itself. This would be such a simple boss if it didn't like throw all of these menial chores at you at the same time. I only wish there was friendly fire that I could take out the wasp as well.
Yeah, kid. Save the plane.
Yeah, saving the plane also involves taking out the Hydra. I don't know if you I don't know if you realize Agent Wilson.
We can't land with the Hydra on it.
Or at least not with it still alive. Oh no, now it's a Thunder Hydra! So these shockwaves, we can kind of reflect them. Also, now the meteors are reflectable, which is something I didn't realize on this playthrough, because these are like the same kind of meteors that Arachne would fire.
That aren't reflectable.
And now they suddenly are.
The rules don't apply, kids.
It took me a while to suddenly realize that I could reflect those now. But apparently the Thunder Hydra meteors are like inferior somehow, and now they are no longer ninja foolproof. Also, oh god, I got stuck. I couldn't reach him. Oh no! The ninja trap had been activated. Everything was going horribly wrong in this take, and somehow I managed to get out of it alive.
The game has asked you to get good, and you have risen to the challenge.
while at the same time saying, "Are you really sure about this?" Okay, one last phase. Also, just... Oh yeah, I died. I thought this was an opportune time to show off the death screen. It's pretty simple. So, with this
And at least they
phase-
have the good sense to spawn you with full health.
Yes, the full health and full chi, which is nice. So basically, for this phase, you reflect the projectiles and the electric core back at the 3 heads of the Hydra. Again, at this point, I still had not realized that you could deflect the fire projectiles, and I was still just using the Cyclone and only focusing on the electric. But thankfully, the toteme for this is absolutely ridiculous, and I love it. I think you're going to like it too. Yes, it has to go through that entire animation cycle. It's ridiculous.
What are you waiting for? You're coming up on land.
Look at that time!
Get off of my plane!
Look at that time! It pretty much, this entire toteme takes up the rest of the video, pretty much. Well...
That's pretty badass.
Oh, it gets better. We're gonna need a dentist, sir. So, here's a free cleaning. Alright, so Hydra's down, but we still need to land this. Oh, wait, nope, never mind. I just thought that was perfect timing, so.
It's still there.
He won't give up. I love that triple take. Oh, we're still not done. We gotta land the plane.
So much for a water landing. You're headed straight for
Speaking of crashing into China,
Well, Tokyo.
See that freeway up ahead?
well, Japan, but
Try to put her down there remotely.
This thing's barely holding
Just
together.
because it looks like a landing strip doesn't mean.
Then unstick
Oh.
it fast.
So, this is going to start a recurring theme of this game one-upping scenes from superhero movies. This case, obviously, this is Spider-Man 2. They're taking the subway scene and saying, "No way, that wasn't nearly over the top enough."
oh no.
Oh, it's nothing. This is. Basically, it's the This is the webbing subway scene with a plane. Oh, we lost a wing.
Listen, we spent 45 minutes trying to protect those wings.
Why are those people there?
I know, this city is not abandoned. It is barely infected.
Well,
No.
What the?
Well, it's still under 50% infection, so.
He did not just Fred Flintstone that.
It gets better.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're about 45 seconds delayed on that. You probably should have run a long time ago.
didn't notice a 747 coming down on
Okay,
him.
that man clearly pushed you out of the way. He is at fault for everything that happens here. Actually, no. You know what this reminds me more of? That one scene from Metal Gear Solid 4 where Raiden stops a ship with just his body.
Yes.
That's more what it reminds me of. So there you go. That was
Oh, yeah?
that was one of that's another one of my favorite QTEs in this game.
It's just so ridiculous. Hang on, we gotta post this on Facebook.
That was so intense it used up almost all of our pause menu battery.
Ken has to stop and ask the lady he just saved if she's got a charger.
So there you go. That
Wow.
I got the achievement for less than 30% plane damage. On it.
Excellent.
And it actually counted the Shinobi emoji this time. That's good. Oh, we finally got a ninja outfit. We've been a ninja for 4 missions now, and only now can we be considered a ninja. Because we finally got the clothing. Let's see. Did we actually do anything this time? Oh no. It went up 10%!
We clearly are not ninja blading hard enough.
Well, we're ninja blading hard enough, but I think what we need is a medic.
A medic, you say?
Yes, or just biologists and anyone who can, treat infections and viruses, because clearly just this one ninja is not enough. At 56%, I think that's the threshold.